Hello, Jays Nation, and welcome back to your go-to channel, the Toronto Blue Jays News Network. Today, we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Blue Army that have just come to our notice a few hours ago. These are stories that every single fan needs to hear because they could shape the future of our roster in major ways. So, if you are a true Blue Jays fan, you do not want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, I have a small request. If you are new to the channel, please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop with everything happening at the Rogers Center and beyond. Let's dive straight into it. Update 1. Hidden gem alert? The 95-mile-per-hour fireballer we signed for pennies. We are kicking things off with a fascinating development regarding our pitching depth. We know the front office has been incredibly busy this winter, focusing heavily on the mound. We have already seen big names like Dylan Cease and Cody Ponce added to the roster to replace the likes of Max Scherzer and Chris Bassett, who left in free agency. We also saw the signing of Tyler Rogers and the acquisition of Chase Lee and Spencer Miles to fortify our bullpen. But amidst all those headlines, there is one signing that might have flown under the radar, and it is one that you absolutely need to keep a keen eye on. On January 21st, 2026, the Blue Jays announced a plethora of international signings. Among them is a 21-year-old right-handed pitcher named Yoenis Morales. Now, why is this specific signing so interesting? First off, let's talk about the price tag. In an era where signing bonuses are typically $100,000 or more, the Blue Jays secured Morales for a signing bonus of just $10,000. That is essentially pennies for a Major League Baseball organization, but the potential return on investment here could be massive. According to reporter Francis Romero, Morales was one of 9 free agents signed for that $10,000 figure, while 15 others signed for $40,000 or more. But do not let the low price tag fool you. This kid has serious tools. Morales hails from Cuba, stands a massive 6'3" and weighs 230 pounds. While there are not many publicly available statistics on him yet, a scouting report from Major League Baseball insider Francis Romero gives us a lot to be excited about. Romero reports that Morales sits at a fastball velocity of 92 to 95 miles per hour. Let me repeat that, 95 miles per hour. That is elite velocity that positions him to make an impact in Major League Baseball sooner rather than later. Furthermore, he has baseball in his blood. He is the nephew of Omar Luis Martinez, a legendary Cuban pitcher from the 1990s who was a strikeout leader in the National Series and an Olympic champion in Atlanta in 1996. Growing up in a family of baseball players means Morales has likely been exposed to high-level training and skill development his whole life. It suggests he has the mental makeup to become an excellent professional. Now, while trade rumblings are still circulating through the league, specifically regarding trading an outfielder for a reliever, we cannot ignore what Morales brings to the table. Even though reports suggest the Jays might still look at trade options like Carlos Estevez from the Kansas City Royals or Jojo Romero before spring training, Morales represents a fantastic internal option. He is described as being closer to contributing at the major league level than the vast majority of other international signings. With his age, size, and that electric fastball, do not be surprised if you see Yoenis Morales rise rapidly through the ranks of the Blue Jays system during the 2026 season. This $10,000 investment might just turn out to be the steal of the offseason.
Update 2. The future is here! Our top prospect gets the call after Bichette's departure. Moving on to our second major story of the day, and this one is a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, but it ends with a massive glimpse into our bright future. We have to address the elephant in the room first. Wednesday was a bittersweet day for Toronto as we officially saw our longtime shortstop Bo Bichette don a New York Mets jersey. It hurts to see, especially after he finalized that massive 3-year, $126 million contract. But what really stung wasn't just seeing him leave, it was his comments during the press conference. Bichette claimed he chose the Mets because his quote-unquote first priority is winning, implying the Mets are doing everything to win. Now that is a tough pill to swallow for us fans, considering our Blue Jays were just 2 outs away from winning the World Series last season and have already handed out $337 million in contracts this winter to improve the squad. However, the Blue Jays front office wasted absolutely no time in responding, not with words, but with a massive move regarding the future of the shortstop position. Just hours after that press conference, the team announced a significant milestone for our number 3 overall prospect, Arjun Nimmala. That is right, folks. The Blue Jays have officially invited the 20-year-old phenom to the Major League Baseball spring training camp. For those who need a refresher, we selected Nimmala with the 20th overall pick in the 2023 draft out of Strawberry Crest High School in Dover, Florida. Nimmala is a special talent. He made history as the highest drafted first-generation Indian American player in the history of any major United States sport. The team believes in him so much that they handed him a $3 million signing bonus right out of the gate. Now, after just 2 full minor league seasons where he climbed his way up to the high A level with the Vancouver Canadians, he is getting his shot to rub shoulders with the big leaguers. He is currently ranked as the 68th best prospect in all of baseball, according to Major League Baseball Pipeline. While we have to be realistic, Nimmala is not expected to crack the 26-man opening day roster just yet. This is a golden opportunity. It is a chance for him to show manager John Schneider exactly what he is made of against the highest level of competition he has ever faced. Scouts have raved about him since high school, noting his serious power potential for his age and position. One report even stated that he has cemented his place among the game's most interesting prospects. So, mark your calendars, Jays Nation. We could get our very first look at Nimmala in live game action on February 21st, when the Blue Jays host the Philadelphia Phillies to open our spring training schedule at TD Ballpark in Dunedin. Bo Bichette may be gone, but the Arjun Nimmala era is officially loading.
Update 3. The harsh truth. Why Kyle Tucker rejected the Jays for LA. And finally, we arrive at our third update. This one is a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but it is important for us to understand exactly what happened with one of the biggest free agents on the market. We all know the Blue Jays were heavily linked to superstar outfielder Kyle Tucker. We wanted his bat, his glove, and his leadership. But ultimately, he chose to sign with the reigning back-to-back World Series champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. On January 21st, Tucker was officially presented to the media in Los Angeles, and he did not hold back when explaining why he rejected offers from the Blue Jays and the New York Mets. His reasoning? It was blunt. Tucker stated that while there are a lot of great ball clubs, he views the Dodgers organization as, quote-unquote, first class from the top down. He specifically mentioned the product they put on the field and the chance to compete for a championship immediately. He even mentioned the allure of chasing a three-peat with Los Angeles. It is hard to argue with the hardware, but it still stings to hear. The Dodgers general manager, Brandon Gomes, shed some light on the process, noting that they stayed in contact with Tucker throughout the offseason and had the, quote, incredible support from our ownership group to make the move happen when the opportunity arose. And speaking of the move, the numbers are astronomical. ESPN reported that Tucker signed a massive 4-year, $240 million contract. That gives him an average annual value of $60 million, the second largest in Major League Baseball history, trailing only his new teammate Shohei Ohtani, who is at $70 million. The deal also includes opt-outs after the second and third years, giving him flexibility. Former Blue Jay Kevin Pillar also weighed in on the situation during an appearance on Foul Territory, offering a perspective that makes a lot of sense. Pillar pointed out that the Dodgers have a proven track record of making their players better. He said, "They have a collection of riches, and they have this guy by the name of Shohei Ohtani. Who doesn't want to sign up to be his teammate?" While some fans might say the Dodgers are ruining baseball with their spending, as Pillar noted, every team has the opportunity to bid for these players. Unfortunately, this time, the Blue Jays just could not compete with the allure of a super team in Los Angeles. So, There you have it, Jays Nation. 3 massive updates to digest today. We have got the intrigue of our new $10,000 fireballer, Yoenis Morales, who could be the steal of the century. We have the excitement of our top prospect, Arjun Nimmala, getting his first real taste of the big leagues in spring training. And finally, we have the closure on the Kyle Tucker saga as he joins the juggernaut in LA. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these updates has you the most excited? Do you think Nimmala can turn heads at spring training? And are you disappointed we missed out on Tucker? Or are you happy we didn't spend $60 million a year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this update, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breaking story about our Toronto Blue Jays. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Toronto Blue Jays News Network. I will catch you in the next video. Let's go Blue Jays!